So we were planning to put the squashes in that bed there, but squashes sprawl all over the place, and I could build a climbing frame for them, but we then decided that we got given some of this weed suppressant, so we've put that down. Managed to get 3.5 whiskey barrels, and I've half filled them with our compost, and our neighbour has got loads of these pots she's emptied out with grass growing in them. So I've basically dumped a load in there and just chopped it up, kind of a no dig thing. So we're going to have 3 barrels for the squashes, and probably put 2 squashes in each. And this our neighbour had on her fire pit, and I basically just dismantled it, replaced the ends because they were super rotten. Just took a basic shape from the old pieces. 3 pieces of pallet wood on each, glued together. Managed to save the sides. They're pretty rotten, but they'll do the job. And then the bottom I just used a couple of lengths of pallet, stuck it back together again. We're going to plant some strawberries in there. So I'll do the next barrel. So here we go. We have got some curry, which is a squash, strawberry plants potted up. We've got a crown prince and a butternut, and then 2 more crown princes. And it is really a very good idea to label varieties, especially if they require different treatment. You know, it's the amount of times I thought I remember and forgotten, and then found myself in a pickle. So really recommend getting your labels out when you're gardening. And it's time for our first harvest. The lettuce. I'm going to crawl at the back. We're having a barbecue tomorrow, so I'm going to do the main harvest then. But while I'm here, I've been working my ass off. So with lettuces, instead of letting them form a head and harvesting all in one, just pick off the outer leaves. This way you won't be attracting slugs when they touch the ground, and you can make frequent harvests. So yeah, you can just make harvests continually throughout the growing season, and well, what's not to love about that? I mean, the flavour of homegrown, you've got to try it to believe it, really. You know, the supermarket veg, if you think about it, gets harvested at a farm, gets packaged, shipped off, probably packaged again by another factory, gets to the supermarket, gets put out. You're talking days to weeks before it's on your plate. So to pick something and to eat it, the flavour is just, well, it's uncomparable, really. I mean, my whole life I've hated courgettes, just hated them. I never ever remotely enjoyed them until Sarah grew them, and that was the first time I had homegrown courgette, and that was it. I love them. So can't recommend enough, growing your own veg, even if it's just in pots, containers. Don't let that stop you. Like I said before, I've grown runner beans, potatoes, carrots, onions, you name it, anything and everything, all grown in pots. So yeah, even if you've just got a little terrace, don't let that stop you. Grow some veg and enjoy it. So I never thought I would see a hot sunny day again, but the fact that we've had coming up to 2 weeks of pretty much sun, one thunderstorm and a bit of rain, I can't quite believe it, but here we are. And this is how we're having to end every day at the moment. So yeah, we've got quite a few trees just in pots. Nice rowan or mountain ash, and they really like to have a good drink. Nice acer here. Damson tree. And this is why everything's growing so fast, because you're having to water every day. When you water, the very action of water sinking through the soil draws in oxygen, and that's what really gets things going quick. So there you have it, that's our evening routine at the moment, watering everything. Gardening does require a bit of commitment and effort, but once you make it a part of your daily routine, it'll really pay dividends with the produce that you get to eat from it. Our gardening is, you're never done. There's always one more job. Like Sarah's just suddenly decided to have a bit of weeding time. There is always something to do, so it's a great hobby to keep you outside, get you fit, and yeah, keep you entertained. And if you haven't got much time, I definitely suggest no dig.
This is a nightmare.
Because this is a nightmare. Having deep beds and having weeds coming up in these little gaps, it's a proper pain in the arse. So it's that time of the year when the swallows make their nests, and they make them out of mud with grass and feathers. And in the outbuildings along the back of this property, there's quite a few old swallows' nests. So I'm not sure if we're going to be lucky enough that they'll nest in there again this year or not. But it's certainly nice seeing them come into the garden, gathering their raw materials. I'm not an early morning person. Well, I am, in the sense that I usually go to bed early in the morning. For the last couple of days I've been up at 4:30. 4:15 yesterday, 4:30 today. Sunrise is at 4:15. So I've gone outside, taken a couple of photos of the sunrise, and then I've come out to the veggie patch. And I've just been watering. Well, I watered the veggie patch yesterday morning. By the time I'd done that, it was about 7 o'clock. So I let the girls out, cleaned up all their coops. Removed a load of stinging nettles from around the paddock. By the time I'd done all that, it was 8 o'clock, and I mean, I've been up for 4 hours, and the world was barely stirring. I have to say, if you're not a morning person like me, I understand not getting up early, but I really recommend you do it at least once in your life. It's absolutely amazing at this time. You know, nothing around but birds, just absolute peace and quiet. And we've been getting such hot weather, 20, 22 degrees, which compared to England at the moment with its mid-20s to 30s, doesn't sound a lot, but when you're used to 8 degrees, 12 degrees is very warm. 22, I mean, it's ridiculous. You can barely do anything. And I found yesterday, up to about 7:30, it was a real nice temperature. As soon as it got to 8, it got a bit too warm. So it's been nice getting a head start on the day. So I reckon that's it. I think we might try and do a weekly or a fortnightly update of the veg patch going forward, and we'll show you how it develops over the coming summer. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.